Hey everybody, welcome back to Unite Inside. And in this video, I would like to express something very important that I have learned in my own life about self love. And a lot of times we want to understand what self love is really about, or what is the most beneficial thing that you can get from self love. And I just want to tell you in this video that it has so much importance in your life and also your success. So, here we're going to talk about how it relates to success. How is it that the people that love themselves the most win the most in life? And we're going to express and explain how that relates to loving yourself, expressing yourself, and being authentic, being in your frame, which means being grounded in your values. Someone that loves themselves is a person that is self centered. And I don't mean it in like the narcissistic way of like a person is self centered. I mean it, they are centered in themselves. That's what I mean with this word. Because a lot of times people can mean with it a person is selfish or is um, only tuned into their needs and not anybody else's needs, or even steps up on other people's needs, completely pushes other people's needs, completely disconnects from other people's needs. But this is not what we're going to talk about. We're simply expressing to you that there is, when someone loves themselves, they focus on themselves. They are centered in themselves, which means they care about themselves. It doesn't mean they only care about themselves. It means they do care about themselves. They are first. They come first in their own life. And so let's start with, how is this something that source energy, the universe, would want you to be in this energy? Why is that important? It's because every single person in this planet have their own vibration of attraction, which means that if you want anything in the world that you desire, you already have a vibration that is which is called the vortex. If you watch Abraham Hicks, that's what it means. That's what I'm talking about. It is actually a vibrational. It's almost like, look at it as like your vibrational bank that you are collecting energy in, right? And every time you put energy, or every time you feel a certain desire, there is a vibration that gets created in there, which means that that vibration, it is your desire already existing, you know? As soon as that vibration gets created of wealth or love or health, whatever it is, through your desires, through your contract, what happens is that it is already there, which means that you're going to manifest it somehow. The universe is going to line up the right circumstances for you to manifest it. And so, with this logic, this means that we are responsible for our desires or for everything that we actually get in our reality, which means that we don't have to focus on other people. We don't have to care about their needs the way that society tells us to. Like, no one's needs is our responsibility, and that is the truth. You know, I'm not talking about if you are in a relationship with someone, you should say, their needs are not my responsibility. Like, I'm not promoting being a bad person or narcissistic. I'm talking about in general, like, not within a certain relationship, because within a certain relationship there is this energy, exchange that you both basically agree on, like, I'm going to give energy and this is what I'm going to receive. That is a different story. We're not talking about that. But we're talking about in general, you don't have to feel that you're selfish if you care about a certain desire of yours. If you are focused on yourself or your goals or achieving something in your life, you don't have to feel that you need to always tend into other people's needs or always focus on it. You know why? It's because in their own life, they have their own source, which means that their own inner being, their own higher self, their own beingness that is already tending to their desires, already tending to their needs. And if they choose to focus on their desires and to choose to create that vibration within themselves and be in it, then they're able to be a vibrational match to it. Which means that even if you don't tend to their needs, they are going to get their needs met through source, their own source. Okay? Everyone has their own source. And so, for you, for example, when you tune into your own needs, and I'm not talking about being only obsessive about your needs only, but like I'm talking about in your own life when you have a certain desire and you choose to open up to it, you choose to follow it, you know? Like that is what being loving to yourself is. That is what self-love is, is simply looking at yourself and your life as, okay, my needs matter and they're important to me. And I'm going to be the one that takes responsibility for going forward and meeting them. And the reason why this is actually a really good thing, this is actually something that makes you a good person and not a bad person. Because when you do this and you are taking care of your own needs, other people don't have to, which means that you don't have to blame anybody about why life isn't exactly like you want it to be. For example, if you're with someone that isn't really giving you what you need, you don't have to be like, they are the reason why I'm miserable. Instead, you're going to be like, I'm the reason why I'm miserable because why am I with them? I take responsibility for where I place myself, Like I can place myself with people that are ready to give me what I need. Because giving yourself what you need doesn't mean that you can only give yourself what you need personally, but you can also get other people to do it for you, but you can be in charge of that process, which means you're the one choosing, you're the one accepting people, you're the one tolerating certain things in your life because you're the decider of your life. You're the leader of your life. That's called being in the driver's seat of your life. Okay? And so that makes you a winner, that makes you win in life and succeed. Why? It's because when you focus on your needs and your desires and you are truly focusing on them, like basically doing the right things that you need to do, and you're doing it from a place of desire. Desire is very pure. Like when we talk about certain types of desires, like desiring to go to a certain country or to have certain things in life, it is actually a very pure desire. I'm not talking about the desire to hurt someone else or anything that is not pure. I'm talking about whatever it is that is really in alignment with your inner child. That type of desire, when you really truly follow it, it is actually God-given. It is from the universe. The universe gives us our desires. And that's why it is okay for you to love yourself and also helpful and needed. Because, like I said, you're going to be someone that lives a very miserable life. Have you ever seen someone in life that is just so dissatisfied with everything and just blames everybody and they are so miserable in their life? That's a person that doesn't know how to tend into their own needs, doesn't know how to actually be in control of whatever it is that they want, So we're actually here talking about what it means to be self-loving, what it means to be in love with yourself, what it means to love yourself in general. And I would want you to know that it actually means that you are in your own team, which means you work with yourself, not against yourself. If you feel like there are parts of you that work against you, that's called self-sabotage. And when you have that in your life, it's because you have learned a very unhealthy way of loving yourself. Because we can never hate ourselves. Even when we're sabotaging ourselves, there are parts of us that literally think there is no other way that we can be happy in this situation or safe sometimes. Mostly when we are in self-survival energy, we tend to basically not be as perfect in our interaction with ourselves. We can criticize ourselves. We can even make sure that we don't win sometimes. And so the more you can improve your relationship with yourself through actually what you can do in this situation if you are truly going through self-sabotage, because that is actually what causes people to not win in life. And so what you can really do is just become aware of those parts of you. What do they do? Observe them on a daily basis. Even though you are going through them and you can see yourself doing it, whether it's smoking, um, talking to people that are not really good for you, whatever it is that you can do, that you are doing in your life that you think is actually self-sabotage, just observe it. That is the first thing that you need to do. And then once you become more aware, I want you to become even more deeply aware, which means that when you are by yourself, start replaying those scenarios where you were actually self-sabotaging, and then tell yourself, why do I think I'm doing this? What am I really scared of? Ask yourself those deep questions so that you can understand yourself better and those parts of yourself. Once you get the answer, which is going to be like, well, I'm really just scared of judgment or failure, whatever it is, right? Ask yourself, when do I think I have developed this pattern for the first time? Was it like, since when do I remember having this pattern in my life? Is it since I was a little girl and my parents judged me about something that I did and I just didn't want to ever be judged again and ever feel those uncomfortable, hurtful emotions of not feeling good enough? And so I had to like decide to sabotage, like basically procrastination is a form of sabotage. So if that's what you're going through, I decided to basically develop this sabotage pattern so that I can never have to experience failure or feelings of not feeling good enough. So when this is what you're scared of, I want to tell you something. If you want to get rid of completely, um, you know, stop a pattern like this, what you need to do is you have to face your fears. It is very, very, very important that you need to face your fears so that you can actually become successful, because that's what success is. Once we face our fears, we become better, we become stronger and more brave, and then we can do things that we've never thought we can do before. Why? It's because then we don't have anything else to be afraid of. We have faced it all. So whatever, you have to put yourself in little, you don't have to start with big things because you're going to have extreme resistance to them and you're not going to end up doing them. So I need you to start with one little thing that you can do that a little bit triggers your not good enough wound or whatever your fear is, abandonment wound or whatever it is, but like it's just a little bit. And then try to push yourself to do that and feel whatever emotions come up with that. And I want you to sit with them, stay with them, feel them in your body, be okay with having them, even accept them. Accept that it is okay to have certain emotions, that they don't define you. It doesn't mean that you're bad. Because a lot of times we have all these judgments about our emotions, that they're bad, that they mean something about us, that because we feel not good enough, it means that we're not good enough. Just because you feel something, it doesn't mean that it's true. So you have to train yourself to really recognize and become aware of the fact that this is just an emotion, and also develop the muscle of being able to hold space for that emotion and feel it, even though it's very uncomfortable, and let it pass through you. Let yourself be familiar with it. Soothe yourself through it. You can't be protecting yourself from those emotions and hiding them from yourself. You'll never, ever get over them like this. This is what exposure therapy is. You have to expose yourself to some emotions, okay? Like there's a lot of types of it, but this is something that you can do. It's called emotionally exposing yourself to yourself so that you can see it and be like, okay, I can see what I'm scared of, because that's what's holding you back from success. Because once you do that, you become more confident in yourself, and then you can do something that is actually self-loving and not something that is damaging, that you're just trying to protect yourself. You become in a higher vibration because there is vibrations and levels of self-love. like I said, we always love ourselves, but then when you are in shame, guilt, um, fear, that's you loving yourself still because you're scared and you're trying to protect yourself, but it's from a lower level. Once you go up the scale, you can, once you heal, you can do that type of up leveling, and then you can get into a level where it is higher, where you can love yourself from a more beneficial place. You can love yourself better, basically. And when we do this and we love ourselves better, we give ourselves what we truly need in life. Have you ever heard self-discipline is the best, is actually self-love? Is the best level of self-love, is a more effective level of self-love, because it's a form of self-love. You know why? Because when you're in so much love, when you have so much love towards yourself, what happens in that moment is that you actually can be okay with certain things, even though they're uncomfortable, for the sake of yourself, so that you can give yourself what you truly need. And that's actually what defines a successful person, is the ability to be completely disciplined and follow the right thing, follow the intuition, regardless of the fear. Anybody can follow fear. Anybody can follow, um, you know, temporary pleasures, whatever it is. But a person that truly loves themselves knows that that's not best for them. They know that that is not going to lead them to success, that that is not going to be good for them. And they would rather go through that and go through that discomfort and, feel those emotions or whatever it is, then being able to stay where they are or be protected in their comfort zone and not get anything in life and not accomplish anything and not be happy. Sometimes it takes that courage to be happy, to be free. Sometimes, like, for example, caring what people think, not being able to do what you want, what makes you happy, that's what a successful person is. And like I said, people that love themselves the most are the most successful. Okay? It's also vibrationally, because everything that you do from the inside gets reflected on the outside. So if you have so much self-love and self-worth and you love yourself so much, other people are going to feel that vibration from you and mirror it, because that's how it works. That's how it works. That's why people pleasers only manifest narcissists, a narcissist after the other. I've been through this in my life. Literally, I would get in a relationship with a narcissist, get out and get with another one that is exactly the same person. You know why? Because I didn't have self-love. I had to change the way I see myself. I had to change the way I treat myself. I had to elevate my self-love level so that I can finally get into a self-love that is truly beneficial for me, that will be reflected in other people's actions towards me. And that's what you need to do. It is so important. Also, if you don't believe in your worth, you wouldn't manifest someone that believes in your worth. That's just how it works. Whatever you believe manifests. If you believe you deserve love, you deserve to be experiencing everything that is perfect and amazing in life. For example, like if you're a woman, you deserve to be spoiled, taken care of, loved in any way that you want. Like if that's what you think you deserve, you're going to match. Someone is going to have the same views about women or about you, that you deserve that, and you're gonna match with them. So that's the scary thing about self-love, is that if you don't have that belief about yourself, it is hard to manifest it in others. And I'll tell you why. It's because sometimes, even if there is other people that have those beautiful beliefs about you, you won't even be able to accept their love. You won't. Have you ever been with someone, like, or met someone in a point in your life where you were just not feeling like yourself, and they were ready to give you love, but you were so scared to accept it or to even like believe in it, that you ghosted them or you like ran away somehow? Because that's what happens when we don't believe in love, in love towards ourselves to begin with. We tend to push away and hide and run away, or even like tell ourselves it's not true, it's too good to be true. That's why it's dangerous. You are the person that is with yourself all day for the rest of your life until you die. And so if that person is the very person that criticizes you, thinks bad about you, doesn't believe in your worth, it is so hard to get what you want in life or to succeed. It is so impossible because you're going to be in a position where even though people might even give you what you need, you might even say, no, I don't want it. I don't even want it. I did that a lot in my life. People were ready to give me what I want. And I was like, it's okay. I don't need it. I don't, it's because you're saying I don't deserve it. I don't think I deserve it. So I won't have it. It's literally that. If you go deeper into those parts of you that are afraid of love, it is the part of you that's like, I don't think I deserve it. I don't want the troubles that come with it. Because you believe that love is hard, love is tough, love needs like, you need to like do like hustle for it or effort or whatever it is. Those are beliefs that you have within yourself. So you need to convince yourself that you are worthy of love, whatever it takes, whatever it takes. Meditations, classes, um, going in nature, whatever it is that you think you need to do to change that belief about yourself, to recreate new beliefs about your life, about yourself that are good for you. That's what's going to be mirrored. And when you do that, you're going to experience a lot of success in your life. Like even in business, if you believe my product is good, I love my product, I believe in it, you're going to have such a powerful energy that will radiate and it will attract your clients. And your clients will see your product the same way you see it. They will like it just as much. But if you yourself isn't even convinced with what you give people, with what you offer, you yourself are judging your whatever it is that you offer. Other people are going to come to you, they're going to be like, I'm not convinced either. I don't even know why you're selling me this. I don't even know if I want it. I don't even want it. Because you yourself don't want your own product. So it is all about loving yourself, being in connection with yourself, being fully aware and centered in yourself. It's very important to do that if you want to succeed in life, because that is actually a successful, it's almost like a formula to basically decide that you're going to do the inner work that is, responsible for mirroring the right thing for you in your reality. Okay? And so I love you so much, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. And I'm going to make more videos about self-love for people pleasers and also meditations. And if you would love to work with someone that is able to do whatever it is that is going to be of your benefit when it comes to your own life, that will take you from being so depressed and insecure about your life and about yourself to becoming very confident and basically starting to even open up that possibility that you can have more love for yourself, then you would love to contact me via Facebook, and I would love to take you on a journey with me, and we can see your options when it comes to this beautiful deal. Okay? I love you so much, and I will see you soon.